We're going to go over how to get your track ready for mastering with Create the Imaginary. What we have here is a Logic recording session. As you can see, there are multiple tracks, all with plugins applied, so they've all been worked on. This is a rough mix currently, but just for the sake of this tutorial, let's pretend that the mix is completed and ready for mastering. So what I'm doing is I'm scrolling to the far right to the master fader. What we have named here is output. Before you send your track for mastering or your song for mastering, make sure that you don't have any plugins applied to your master fader, especially compression. So if you have a compressor or a limiter applied, please remove it. An EQ, I wouldn't really freak out too much if you did EQ your master a little bit, but we're actually going to take care of that for you, so there's no need to even put any heavy lifting on your master fader. So the most important part now, after you have verified you don't have any plugins applied to the master fader, is getting the right volume level over to us, because we need a certain amount of headroom to work with while mastering your track. So professionally, we usually need to get your mix around 3.6 dB. So that's kind of quiet. So you're probably mixing at a higher volume level. I'm just going to click play now randomly in some spot of this song so we could get an idea of what type of volume levels we're hitting. So what we're going to do now is we're going to focus our eyes on the small box here on the master fader, right around here where it says 1.3. As I click play, you'll see that this dB range will change as the audio plays.
All of my dues, I done seen them paid. Gave a lot with a little gain, nigga. In this world, never ease the pain, so
So it's pretty loud. I'm hitting around 1.3. One thing to remember about this gauge is that the lower the number, the louder the volume. So if we need to get around 3.6, we actually need to lower the complete volume of our mix. So how we're going to do that is we're actually going to take every track within this mix and we're going to bring it down. So that way we don't affect the master fader. So we leave everything as is here. That way the only volume levels we're changing is within this range. Because if we have the volume levels up and we just turn down the volume of the master fader, it's not really changing the actual volume level of the song within, because that's what matters for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight every track within this recording session. And this should work the same within Pro Tools or any other DAW. And a DAW is just basically a mixing or recording software. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to click play and I'm just going to drag down the volume of one of these tracks just because they're all highlighted. Anytime I move the volume down on one track, they all move with it. So let's click play here.
I done seen them paid. Gave a lot with a little gain, nigga. In this world, never ease the pain, so I'ma fuck it till it feel the same. Get a truth.
And every time I click, it actually just resets the volume levels on the master fader.
And all the shades in. Even if I end up on another road that's paved, let me go my way. Let me go my way. Let me go my way. Lifestyle being crazy. Lifestyle being crazy.
So we're hitting about 4.8 there. I think there's a lot of area of the song back here. So
motherfuckers wanna come and see me. Left more than blood on the leaves. Now we make sure the shows pack out. Bring the pack out. Cause the pack out. I'ma rap that.
So we hit about 3.1. That's a tiny bit loud. So I'm just gonna move it down just a hair. Let's see what we hit about now.
Who died on the cross. Motherfuckers wanna come and see me. Left more than blood on the leaves. Now we make sure the shows pack out. Bring the pack out. Cause the pack out. I'ma rap that. Just so I can seize the rain.
So 4.1 there. Now I'm gonna go into the second verse and I'm just gonna see the volume levels there and see if we hit around 3.6.
Midnight hunting, need my prize. Nigga, fuck you, I'm all about mine. These past years I've lost my mind. Just to find what's inside of a soul while I'm alive. Though every day felt like I spent so much time alone, I could've drove myself crazy.
So we're doing okay there with levels. So since we hit about 4.
World never ease the pain, so I'ma fuck it till it feel the same. Get a truth and all the shades in.
So right now, the volume level for this mix is pretty good for mastering. It's a tad bit quiet because we did hit about 3.1 in the loudest point of the song. I'm actually going to bump it up just a hair.
The rain, all of my do.
I'm going to play it back at that spot.
I'm a wreck, but that don't change the fact I can still get took out tomorrow. Now develop some traits from the man with the horns, but still rock the road for who died on the cross. Motherfuckers wanna come and see me. Left more than blood on the leaves. Now we make sure the shows pack out. Bring the pack out, pack out, pack out. I'ma rap that. Just so I can seize the rain.
I don't know what that glitch was, but we got the volume level at 3.8. That's 0.2 lower than 3.6. So I'm thinking we got a very good volume range for mastering. So what you would do now is bounce your track as a WAV file. In Logic, it works like this. You have this green bar at the top that we call the cycle range. What you do is you actually select the range of how long your song is. How I'm going to do that is I'm just going to look down and look at every audio clip within. And I see that this audio clip ends right there. I set the cycle range to end there. And I have it at the beginning of the song, and looking here, the beat starts right here. So we got the full cycle range of the complete song. Now when we go to bounce it, we could either click bounce right here. We could click bounce on the master fader down here at this BNCE button. Or you could go file bounce. Or you could click Apple B, whichever you prefer. So I'm just going to go bounce. All right, now when I bounce it, I'm actually going to create a new folder on the desktop. So under places on my Macintosh, I'm going to go click desktop, and I'm going to click this new folder button at the bottom left corner of this box. We're going to name this final mixes. So we got the final mixes here, and we have the name of the song, which the song is called Go My Way. I'm just going to call this mix 1. Make sure in Logic it's under the PCM check mark. And in Pro Tools, when you bounce it, make sure you're bouncing it under the file format, either WAV or AIFF. WAV is just fine. 24-bit is good. 44.1 is okay. I prefer 48K and above, but since this was recorded in 44.1, we're just going to keep the sample rate there. You want an interleave file type. We don't want it split. Split means that you'll have a mono track for the left and a mono track for the right. Dithering none is fine. And we're good. So basically we're just going to click bounce. And after this is done bouncing, it will save to your hard drive. Then we're going to upload it to our file transfer tool online and send it over to Create the Imaginary for mastering. Okay, great. Now that your song is done rendering and has been saved to your hard drive, we're now going to access the online file transfer tool and complete the file transfer to Create the Imaginary. So please open up your internet browser and go to the website WeTransfer.com. WeTransfer's free file sending service, which allows you to send up to 2 gigabytes of files for free. What we're going to do now is we're going to add the mix to the WeTransfer file sending widget. So I'm going to click here where it says Add Files. Then I'm going to go on my computer. I remember we saved this under the desktop, and we saved it under the folder name, Final Mixes. Then we have Go My Way. I'm going to click this, hit open, and you can see that the file has been added to the WeTransfer file sending widget. Now it asks you to enter your friend's email address. So what you're going to enter here is Create the Imaginary's email address, which is contact@createtheimaginary.com. And then you're going to add your own email address, which in my case, it is jared@createtheimaginary.com. Then we ask that you leave us a message letting us know who you are. So if you made a payment, please leave at least your payment email address, just so we have an idea of who we're working with. That way we could contact you, get the direction of where you want to go with your master. So for example, let's just say my name is Rick. My name is Rick. We talked about mastering. My payment address is rick@gmail.com. Then click transfer. Now after you click transfer, you'll see that it will start uploading. Please stay on this page until your upload is finished. And after your upload is completed, you'll be notified via email by WeTransfer that your files have been uploaded and sent to us. Then after they're downloaded, we'll reach out to you and let you know that we've downloaded your files and are getting started on your master. If you have any questions at any time, please contact us directly at contact@createtheimaginary.com. Thank you.
decoded message into a remote direction to keep your mind so guessing, nigga.